Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
we're live on YouTube.
We live.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So the other guys will join, but yeah, I kind of want to share something. I think it's official to everybody.
Oh, we actually live.
Yeah. This guy thought I was joking. Like using ChatGPT for a lot of things. Um, there's my thing. So I'll use this for myself. Well, I'll just start with you anyways. Those guys can watch it after. Just record.
Yeah.
There's an app that I have, but I don't know how to sync it now. Fox Notes. Oh, here's apps. Wow, that was an epic fail. All right, there's Jarrell. So here's my note taker. I wonder if I record from this, if it takes my thing. So let's see. Recorded joining.
Dean's Fathom no taker.
This guy copied me. He put his glasses on. Come here, Shiloh.
Talking about it's Dean Jr., right? Yeah. Like my son.
Oh, bad.
You couldn't deny this anywhere in the world. There you go.
Okay, let me see
It's
something.
bad.
Let me see if I can do it. All right, perfect. Everything's recording. So the reason why I scheduled this meeting is because something was hitting my head yesterday or today, between today and yesterday. So, and I'm finding this a common theme, not just with you guys, but just people in general. And the one thing that I'm finding is you say, hey, do this, and nobody's doing anything. And it's a lack of execution. And in order for things for to happen for you guys, you got to start executing. Not just like whoever's watching this or whatever. That is the main thing that's stopping you in your tracks. So I came up with something. That's not it. So instead of focusing on like business development, what the main focus, in my opinion, and this is where I kind of want to get you guys feedback, is hold on. Gerald, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. So I'll just change this for now. Oh no, there we go. So going from self improvement movement, and this helps with making your brand even more impactful, scalable, and engaging. Well, this is what ChatGPT said for me. To reposition business building framework to self-improvement system that resonates with my audience. So taking it to on a personal transformational level. So shifting from positioning to from business to personal. Instead of starting a business, reframe it, or for me to reframe it for you guys to become the person who can succeed in business. My transformation message will emphasize self-mastery, mindset, confidence, and discipline instead of business tactics. Because once your mindset has shifted into a new focus, it makes everything easier for you guys. So an entrepreneur journey is on a personal development. So for this, we're doing an internal change and then business growth second. So before I was learning how to build a profitable business, now it's transforming into a high performance entrepreneur who builds a profitable business. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yes.
All right. So the self-improvement framework. So think of it like a ladder that people climb with building their business. Each level represents an internal upgrade before you can externally succeed. So I don't know if you guys remember when I said input leads to the output. So whatever you're inputting inside yourself or you're inputting out into the world, you're gonna get the output is a result of the actions that you did. You inputted into something to see a result, the output. So so think level 1, awakening. So before it was the business focus was find your purpose and freedom number. Now it's going to go to identity shift, who you need to become. Then you have level 2, the architect. Before it was choose your business and offer. Now it's reprogram your mindset to think like an entrepreneur. Then you have level 3, the warrior. Build sales and marketing. Now we're going for overcome fear of rejection and master communication. Then the leader, get clients and scale. Instead, time management and consistency and habits. Then you have level 5, wealth builder. Instead of automate and multiply money, become financially independent and think like an investor. So each step requires mindset shift, personal development, and skill mastery.
You're talking about the quadrants, no? When you're trying to move across the quadrants from which job we're done.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
So when you call from the worker, the investor in the business.
Worker to self, yeah.
Self-employed.
So
Worker and
business
self-employed.
owner,
Yeah.
yeah. So kind of following that loop.
Okay.
So the reason why I'm doing this is because people like movements, not just information. And when we make it self-improvement system, it's something that people can identify with. So is that something that you guys identify with?
Yeah. I do. Gerald still there?
Yeah, he's on mute. He's I think driving or he pulled up or whatever.
Man's on more vacations than me.
He's at the mechanic. So for now you can just answer for him because he'll probably chime in when he's ready.
Right.
But so I haven't figured out a name for it yet. So I'll share with you guys after the live. But what I'm trying to do is encourage members to adopt the identity. So you're not signing up for a program. It's becoming the new version of yourself. And I think that's where people struggle. It's because whatever it is mentally that you want, like you say you want something, but if you're mentally not there, you're not going to be prepared to do the actions required to get you to that next level. So it's like you have two versions of yourself, the future
I
you
feel too,
and the
it's
current
not only
you.
just that, it's vegetable.
Hmm?
Well, I feel like it's not only just that. I feel like sometimes when you do the change, at first, like the first 5, 6 weeks, you're just so excited for change, but then it's like when you start to get that relapse feeling or that revert or that I'm getting comfortable again feeling it when you try to do,
So
you know?
with
Then you start to
with
bring
that
back
being
old
said,
habits where you start to like
Mhm.
not do certain things or you start to like lay down too long and you're like, oh, I got more time, I got time. And then that's when the procrastination starts happening.
well, that being said, that's kind of why I put this all together because I literally have like a day-to-day blueprint for everybody to follow and also help each other stay accountable. So I'm gonna go over that, share the screen with you soon. So just a few more points. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna make this more challenge based. So because instead of just coaching, the challenges trigger personal growth. So
Yeah,
as like we're doing stuff, you're gonna like the action is what gets you over that hump. Like learning about theory is great, but if you don't put the theory into action, it's nothing, right? So I'm gonna have like a self-improvement tracking system where you can for people to level up based off of their personal growth milestones. So it'd be like mindset growth,
yeah,
replacing limiting beliefs, confidence score, asking for the sale, rejection, resilience, daily execution, consistent action towards business, wealth habits, money management, and investing, time mastery, eliminating distractions, and prioritizing. A lot of us, like, I don't know if I shared with you guys, I spoke to somebody and they said they don't have time to do the program. I said, hey, let's jump on a call and let's see if we can uncover some time for you. And when I got on the call with him, we went over his like the day before what he did, and literally he spent 9 hours doing absolutely nothing. He was just doing everything. So going back to
yeah.
that 80-20 wealth grid that I showed you guys, 80% of his time was being wasted. And it's like you could have put effort into building something solid and sustainable to help you get out of your current situation and live the life that you truly want to live. Then the next thing is yeah, so this is going to become more of a movement because now when it's a movement, we all move together and it's like now we can start supporting each other, uplifting each other, and getting to that level of where we want to be.
Yeah.
So, um, so not that piece, not that piece. So my final thought, it's going to be U 2.0, the U 2.0 model. So we're going to be focusing on, or because people just don't want money. They want to feel more confident. They want to gain control of their time. They want to live with purpose, eliminate financial stress. So this program is going to be more becoming a high performing, financially free version of yourself. Because when you start operating at that level, things start to change for you. Like for example, you went on your trip and you felt no way about it. Imagine going every month away on a trip and not feeling no way about it. Most people are not even
We're
confident
trying to
enough to
get
do
to,
that.
we're trying to get to.
And most people are not confident to do that. Like, oh, what am I going to do? I'm going to cover my bills.
I feel like
But
just
if
doing
you're
that.
a Mhm.
Yeah, I'm saying just doing that, it felt like the best decision of my life. Like I felt like I had control for once. Like, and these guys are not
Mhm.
controlling me over the job. But that
Yeah,
was a great
so
feeling.
that's you being your future self because the worker self be like, I can't take time off of work right now. I gotta ask my boss and what's gonna happen, or will I still have a job after? And that's living
Yeah,
in the life of scarcity. You gotta
yeah.
switch and turn to the life of abundance. So the next piece here is so my next question was people don't take action into what I'm telling them to do. And it's like it's mind-boggling.
Mhm.
And some of the reasons that I came up with is because psychological blocks, which are mindset issues, fear of failure. I literally messaged somebody. I was like, "How come you haven't started your business?" Fear of failing, and then they also mentioned time management. So
Mhm.
fear of success.
Mhm.
If people really just sat down and thought to themselves,
Mhm.
fear of success is a real thing, but nobody either A doesn't understand it or drill down into it. So
I feel too we don't want to pay to learn as well. A lot of us hesitate to pay to learn, but as
most
you said, we'll spend money on other things that don't like, serve us a purpose. Like might as well throw away $300 to buy a bottle of like 12 or $500, but they wouldn't put $500 in the investment of the future. So,
most definitely.
Mhm.
So next thing is fear of success, and then imposter syndrome. Some people, when they hear it and they understand it, they're like, I don't no. Then again, they're literally going through it, but they don't know they're going through it. And
Mm.
syndrome is they don't feel like they're ready or they're good enough. We need to stop doing that. I literally had a conversation with this girl today. She's into acting, and girl, she's literally just like you. So she does whatever. I forget what she called it, but she was in some commercial and she was being background. And I asked her, I was like, why not get it in it too? And you know what? The number one thing she said, people getting booked calls. If you can tap into that and figure out how to get people more booked gigs,
Mm-hmm.
paid gigs,
Mm-hmm.
you have something right there. So she said, I've only been doing this for about a month. However, she's been in theater for
Mm-hmm.
her whole life. She didn't go to
So that,
school for it.
but she's been in the theater like outside of school.
Like she's been doing theater, like
So then
acting.
she should be better prepared than most people.
Exactly.
So
But
she should. Mhm.
because she hasn't done those gigs, she feels like she's not qualified enough.
She's
So
probably more than qualified. I've never done theater, and
she's
Denzel said you should do theater.
she lacks confidence
Mm-hmm.
and she lacks the ability to think that she can't teach other people because she's only been doing it for a month. I said, let me stop you there. How long have you been doing theater? My whole life. You have experience. You didn't go to school for it, but you have experience. Experience you can't be taught. You know stuff that schools can't teach people. That's something
Right.
that you can literally take and show people how to do. So for you guys, it doesn't matter where you are in your journey. It doesn't. It could be just one day. Guess what? There's somebody at ground zero that never started at all. There's a girl on Instagram. She's crushing it right now with AI. AI came out what 2, 3 years ago, but now she's making herself look like an industry leader, and she only has like 2, 3 years under her belt. Mind you, the guy of Nvidia has been working on AI technology since Wappy killed Philip since 1990 something or 2000s, right? So 20 years experience versus someone with three, it doesn't matter. People want the result. If you can get somebody that result, that's all they care about. It doesn't matter how you get there, how much experience you've had. Can you deliver this result? That's what people are concerned about. So that's what you guys need to start thinking about, right? The next thing is overthinking, getting stuck with analysis paralysis. Me, I'm super in this category because I just sit there and just read, watch, consume information. Like literally, I was on YouTube last night. I took an early bedtime. I went to bed like maybe 8:30, I think. Keep cleaning. 8:30 or something. I woke up at like 1, started watching Alex Hormozy, and he was breaking down this girl's business. Yo, I kid you not. With what he told her to do, she's gonna go from making 78,000 a year to $300,000 to $500,000 in a year, based off of the little things that he fixed in her business. It's just the little tweaks that you make, everything can switch for you.
Who did
So if
that? Myron?
somebody's no, I said
Okay.
Alex. Alex, he was helping out this girl with her
Scarposi?
business.
Harposi or
And
whatever?
if you think people Harmozy. So if you think that there's not somebody out there that will pay you on value, you got to think again. She's serving high-end clients that have $1 million in terms of their salary that she's helping with their wardrobe. Wardrobe. You don't know how to style yourself, she comes in and helps you with that. And she's making $12,000 a year off of one person, and she's gonna probably triple that to like 30 something thousand dollars.
So let's get
So
paid, man.
mind you, she is in California, but there's a will, there's a
That's
way.
a place for her to be a stylist for sure. So
Yep. So the next thing is environmental blocks. So this is lack of external pressures. So no real consequences for inaction. If they don't do it, nothing happens. No reward system for progress. So what I need you guys, I want to start implementing is I want you guys your wants book. The whole purpose of your wants book is to let you just brain dump everything that you want. Go through that list and say, all right, what's my reward going to be if I finish this one task? Because the moment you finish that one task, it's going to do something internally for you like, yo, I'm confident enough to get this done. Let me continue doing this stuff because if that little action gets me there, This guy decides to vacuum. Like, holy. So that little action right there is going to take you to that next level. It's like, if I keep doing this, what else can I get accomplished, right? Like, imagine making 10 sales calls a day and you get one person to say yes. Now you say to yourself, okay, my close rate is 1 or 10%. So if I do 100 calls, that means I can get 10 people instead of one person. And you just keep building the momentum from that. So next thing is no clear path. So too much information, no structured steps. And then no accountability, no one checking in or no one to let down. The key is not more information, it's getting you guys to take on the first uncomfortable action. So imagine you start going to the gym, you start huffing and puffing. Jay, I'm taking you for example. And you start going to the gym, and the first thing you do is get on that treadmill. You're gonna be wheezing like somebody that's never like ran a day in their life. Why? Because you smoke every day. You smoke like a chimney. So
Honestly,
because you smoke.
that's why I don't. That's why I don't run. My thing is, I learned how to do. Even for a big guy like me, we're not supposed to run. How are we supposed to lose weight? We're supposed to do long walks. That's how you get the muscles, like warmed up and stuff. So I don't even run on
Okay,
that.
so for you,
I
you
found
know
the
that.
technique. I found the technique. That's what it was.
But the average person,
oh,
they're gonna start running and then they're gonna kill themselves. And then after, what happens? Momentum's done. They're like, nah, F that. I'm off of this. I'm not doing that, right?
You can't even lift. You can't even lift the weight at that point. Your muscles.
Exactly. So how I want to go from teaching to forcing execution. So almost being like a prick, but it's like, look at the coaches that push people past people's beliefs. They're the most successful. So it's like, if I don't push you guys to do these things, you're never going to see your highest potential. So I'm going to stop asking you guys to do things. I'm going to make you guys do things while we're on these Zoom sessions. Because if I can get you guys to act in the moment, that's going to propel you to keep going. And it's the momentum building up. It's like you started the car. All right, I'm off the driveway now. I reversed the car. I'm ready to drive on the highway now. So right now it's going to be do right now while I watch and show me proof by tonight. So it's either we're doing it live or by tonight I need to see what you
We're
have
back
done.
In school, guys. We're back in school.
No, this is not. This is training. This is not school. This is training ground. Like we're training.
School, I had those teachers that were proactive teachers that were like, "Yo, none of you guys are leaving this class. You tell me one thing that you learned today in this class, or one thing you did in this class before you leave."
Yo, to be honest, but that approach works. I had a teacher. I kid you not. In college, every class I fell asleep. Every class, and I wasn't someone to go into the back to purposely fall asleep. I just could not stay awake. I just fell asleep. I'd sit right in the front and sleep. But there was this one teacher. He was the master prick. Like, God rest his soul. Terry Pegler. I'll never forget this guy. Yo, you could be like this. He would never pick you. He's picking the guy at the back that's chatting away, or the guy that's like this, or just be like trying to hold his head down. He's always picking you. So you always had to be ready to pick. This guy said the sleep coach. You always had to be ready to answer his questions. He forced me to A, stay awake, B, always be ready to answer his questions. And it's not like to say it was questions that were difficult, but it's to be like, did you read the lessons? Like, you're coming here for my support. You're not coming here to just take a nap and then that's it. Like, I'm trying to get the best out of you. And I felt like he's like one of my favorite teachers, because like that's the only class I was alert, I was ready for him, and I passed. Well, I passed all my classes, but I passed with a good mark with that one. So we're going with a do right now. So then next is going to be live implementation calls. So I ask questions, but nobody really asked. So it's going to be a do it now session, and then action-based challenges. So as I grow this group, and you guys, I'm leaning on you guys to help with this, because the more people know about this, the bigger we get and the more successful that we can become. So instead of learning, I'm going to make you complete actions in a short time. So think of like 5-minute like exercises and stuff. So that's kind of what we're going for. Like if you ever watch the stuff on like YouTube where it's like 6-minute exercises or whatever, and you see guys that are jacked, they're jacked because they're doing stuff like they're sprinting. What this one guy said, it's better to sprint than to jog. Like when you sprint, it takes up the same amount of energy it does with jogging. So instead of doing 45-minute jog, you do like 20-minute sprints, and then you're done. You burn that same type of calorie with the sprint. So that's the approach that I'm going to be taking with you guys. Also, social pressure and accountability. So you guys are going to have to start posting your progress within the group. So I'm going to put something, hey, did you do da 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 da? Throw that out there. And we're going to start calling people out in the group, because people join the group, but it's like they're literally sitting there doing nothing. Like, why did you join the group? You can't build wealth by watching what other people are doing. You got to be in the fire with us and be like, yo, you're trying to make money, then let's make money together. We're trying to get around like-minded people. We're not having no daddy people be like, oh, I'm just watching. No, if you're going to watch on the sideline, you're out. Like, I don't care. Like, the group had 120 something people. If you look now, there's only like less than 40 people. I kicked out all the dead weight, because what do they say? You're only as strong as your weakest link. I don't want none of you guys in the group then. I want people that are ready to take action, that want to change their lives. That's the whole purpose of me doing this. Hakeem, I know you're late, but I'm recording it so you can watch this after as well. Jay has another potential client for you. Keep going. Keep cleaning. All right, so penalty for inaction. Nobody's working. People are going to get kicked out the group. Simple as that. Because as I said, you're only as strong as your weakest link. Then I'm going to incorporate gamification and rewards. So if you do action, you're going to unlock bonuses or level ups. So what's the next thing here? So I'm going to make actions easy enough that it feels so easy, it's stupid not to do it. So that's the approach I'm going to be taking with you guys. Okay? Let's see here. So that's... So how this is going to work is we're going to be working in cycles. 42 days. 1 second.
Is that father? Come on, father.
Yeah, day 2. So 42 days. So why 42 days? It's a short enough time frame to maintain intensity, but not long enough to develop a new habit. So I'm trying to instill new habits in you guys. 6 weeks scientifically proven to rewire behavior and break resistance. So Hakeem, you know all about support and resistance. So this is right up your alley. Keeps urgency high. People don't procrastinate. So if there's a hard deadline, you guys get things done. And then daily check-ins. Ensure that accountability and momentum's there. So this is what I kind of designed for the 42 days. So here, week 1. So you go from identity shift and confidence wins. So reprogramming your mindset, taking first action. So day 1. So literally, I have 42 days laid out for things to be done. So prove or lose credit. So you come in, public commitment. So you declare your goal.
Have a PDF version to this?
I'm going to make one after. So it's going to be in the group. And for anybody that's watching, if you want to join the Wealth Builders Academy, just click the link down below and don't forget to subscribe.
You know that ChatGPT does it now, right?
Does what?
So if you write at the bottom of this and say, create me this document in a PDF version, it will give you a downloadable PDF right off the bat, straight off of ChatGPT.
Oh, yeah. That I know.
Okay.
I'm knee deep when it comes to ChatGPT. You want to see all my notes here?
Come on, coach. Teach me more.
Yeah, so
ChatGPT, put it in the chat below. Teach me chat.
So day 1, you're going to make a public commitment. So you're putting that out there. And record a 30-second introduction video on what you do. And then no posting needed. So then send out 3 outreach messages to warm contacts. Warm contacts are people like in your phone, email, or social media. And then you identify 5 competitors, analyze their offers. Choose your simple offer, post about it. Yeah, keep going. No, don't vacuum. Just keep going.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
Could we do multiple things in one day?
No, I want you to stick to one thing because then it's gonna build momentum. Because if you start getting ahead of yourself and then you get too ahead of yourself and you're like, okay, what do I do? I want you to just soak in and be able to just enjoy the moment, if that makes sense. So it's like one easy thing and then that's it. Because it's like we're trying to exercise discipline here. It's like because when you start doing one thing and overlapping it, you just things start to get out of control. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Mm.
All right, perfect. Here, choose one simple offer and post about it. Send out. Oh, also to go back to what you're saying, Hakeem, it also shows not is it the word unison? Unison amongst the group. So it's like when new people come in and it's like they're following this, like now they can see everybody doing it and fall like it's a structure. Like when you go to the army, everybody has to wake up 6 in the morning, do your push-ups, your jumping jacks, eat breakfast together. So now it's like we're doing it as like we're all in unison when we're doing it. So everybody can keep up with each other. And anybody that hasn't done it, it's like, yo, why haven't you done it? Like, come on, let's get to it. Like, pick up the slack, you know? So then you're gonna send out 5 outreach DMs with a question. Share your biggest learning in the group. So that's literally after a first week. Then you have week 2, get your first lead, outreach and lead generation. So post a poll or a question in a group. DM 5 people who engage with your content. They 10 ask for one testimonial or social proof. Create a simple lead magnet cheat sheet checklist. Promote your lead magnet post in a group or IG story. Follow up with 3 people who downloaded it. Record your first 60-second content video. So these are all simple tasks that people can follow that I don't think any reason that nobody can't do. So I know I always overload you guys with like homework, but these are literally 5, maybe 20-minute exercises that anybody should be able to do like with a snap of a finger. And this just helps with your confidence, your time management, and becoming your future self. I think someone had a
What
question.
happens if you don't do it?
Well, then we're gonna call you out.
You're gonna get sanctioned, my guy.
We're gonna be like, how come we didn't do it? Like everybody else is doing it. It takes like 5 minutes, right?
Yeah, so then it kind of shows like you're not serious type of thing.
Exactly. And if you want change doesn't happen unless you change. So we're all gonna be doing this, right? So it's like, yo, I did my thing, done. And it also helps. Turn off the TV. It also helps with other people getting motivated, right? Because we all said we want to be in a room with like-minded individuals. If nobody else is doing it, guess what? You're not gonna do it either, right? But if mans are doing
And
it,
I heard
like,
you say, sorry
yeah,
for
go
cutting
on.
you off,
No, go on.
but I heard you say something about getting like kicked out of the group, which to me kind of makes sense because I feel like sometimes if people don't have consequences, they don't take action because like it's just like
Exactly.
going to work. If you don't go to work, you get fired, right? So like it's like, do you really want it or you don't really want it? Like, and so I kind
Yes,
of
exactly. So it's like I'm here to help you, but if you're not willing to help yourself, then what's the whole purpose? It's like you go to the gym with a trainer, but then you tell the trainer, "I'm not coming today." What'd you eat last night? Yo, I had McDonald's still, and I backed down some Hennessy. Then, bro, you're not trying to like get fit. Like you're living the same life you lived. You're wasting money. And I kid you not, like I'm not trying to call out this person, but this person is just like they paid me, and they just fell back into their excuses. They're like, just keep the money or whatever. And it's like, what? Like, no, like, I don't want to just take your money. That's not my whole purpose. My whole purpose of you paying me is to help you. I don't want you throwing money at me. Like, that's not my whole reasoning for doing this. I could go out there and tell people, like, shoot this shit and be like, yeah, da da da, nah. And it's like, no, you paid me and I'm going to do my job because I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. Because at the end of the day, even though you pay me and say, oh, don't worry about it, you could still go out there and say, "Oh, I didn't get nothing from this guy," and then my name looks bad. So at the end of the day, my name is on the line, and I can't afford for that to happen. So week 3, your first offer, sales conversion, making an offer. So it's not to say that you're gonna have success because of doing these things, but it's the consistency piece. Because if you focus on what you can control, things start to change for you. When you start looking at the external factors, that's your old self. Because if the external factors don't happen, you're gonna get down on yourself and be like, damn, this didn't work. blah, blah, blah. No, I'm trying to help you become the future version of yourself. And that's sticking to the plan. So your first offer, your sales conversion. As you start doing these things, like as I said, that whole feedback loop that I showed you guys yesterday. So this picture, it's not showing, but you guys can see the feedback loop there. It's just problem, or what does it say? Do your goal, the problem, diagnose it, design, do it again. So it's just a reoccurring loop, and you just get higher and higher each time. So then you have momentum and systemizing. So closing your first sale and scaling. So posting proof that someone's interested in your offer, DMing 10 potential leads, and making content posts about your transformation. Record a testimonial, real or from a beta user. Offer a discount to close your first sale. Follow up with past leads. These are all steps that everybody can take. And then week 5, consistency, retargeting. So DMing past leads, offering a bonus for sign up, create a story about the journey, asking for referrals. As you do this stuff, it's building momentum for you. Like you guys, like one guy messaged me, I've been talking to him since like August or whatever, and then he hit me up and said, yo, I'm ready to join. Like I need someone to hold me accountable. And why? It's because I'm doing those actions on a daily basis. I'm posting, I'm telling people, this is a win somebody had. This is what you should do, or not should do, but this is the outcome if you don't do these things. Like, so I'm just consistently posting so that people can see that I'm out there, and it's like, hey, I'm here to help you. And then week 6, becoming a full-time entrepreneur. So setting up for long-term success. So make a why I started post, test a lead generation method, create your next steps, plan, DM final follow-ups of past leads. And then at the end, it's a graduation and we share our success stories. Within that 42 days, if you document your process, that's a whole thing that you have right there that now you can take, becomes a repeatable system that now you can be implementing with the people that you're bringing into your circle as clients. Does that make sense? Sure, I'm busy.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So that's the approach that I want to take because there's too many gaps where it's like homework's not being done. So it's like if we're doing these little things and you guys have this sheet, you know what to expect. And like your next day is always set up. So there's no double thinking about, okay, what do I have to do today? Or what's the next thing? You already know what needs to be executed. So now when we meet up, we can talk about those last 3 or 4 days, what was done, what you found. Plus it's also going to be posted. And we can get other people engaged within the Wealth Builders because we're trying to build momentum here. It's like, if you ever look at ants and how they work, they have one queen, and then they have everybody that has their roles within the business, or not the business, within the colony. So everybody, we're gonna start. We can start today. So I'm gonna post all this in the group so everybody can see. I'm gonna send out an email and let everybody know this is what we're starting today. So, like I was saying, like the worker ants, they know what their job is and they stick to it. No man's running off to the side to go try and go prips what the next man's doing. No, let's get the food, bring it back to the colony so that we can thrive and grow as a colony. And that's why ants are so predominant, and they've been around for like hundreds of thousands of years. They work together and stick together. This is how you build wealth. When you're building wealth, you need information, access, and assets. This is the access. We're going to start building our community now. We're going to build like-minded individuals. Like, yo, Jay, you have a bridge in here that you know is like-minded. Yo, I'm a part of this thing. Like, yo, you either get with the program or like, me and you can't part like that anymore. Like, I'm on a different wavelength right now. Like, yo, I'm not trying to go on the corner and go smoke a 1-2 spliff and then just chill out and beat a juice. Like, no, that's not what we're about no more. We're trying to.
A long time ago, man.
But that's the projection I want you guys to start seeing for yourself. So it's like if you start getting in a room full of people, like I'm trying to take this to the next level. Like the way my mind thinks is this little group it's going to become meetup events where now it's a collective of people, and it's not going to be no scanty pop-up here there like what other people are doing. It's like, yeah, I did this and then it didn't work. No, if we have something where we're all together and we meet up 3-4 times for the year, it's always going to be something big where not the networking makes sense, where it's like, yo, I see you online, I see what you're doing, blah blah blah, linking up with people in person and making this a big thing. That's my whole purpose behind this. Does that make sense for you guys?
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna end my Zoom here. But if you are watching, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you want to join the Wealth Builders Academy, the link is down below. So let me stop this.